I'm Elaine. Welcome to Top Tip Tuesday on my Facebook page at stampwithelaine.com. Thank you for joining me today. It's all about Stampin' Up's patented unique design of ink pads. It has an integral lid, which means the ink pad and lid are assembled as one unit, which is genius because there's no danger of mislaying the lid when it's in use. With other ink pads I've used, I waste a lot of time looking for the lid because it's buried under a pile of cardstock and tools and other general mess when I'm actually crafting. The ink pads come packaged in shrink plastic. Let's remove this. On the bottom there is a label attached, and there are 4 labels in 4 different languages. One for English speaking, if you're English speaking, one in French, one in German, and the other in Japanese. You need to be careful when you remove the label that you're not removing the actual stamp label. You're only removing the top, which is the name labels. So let me put that somewhere. You can see the instructions is on the base unit of the ink pad, and where the label is, that's actually the ink pad itself. Select the language you want for the label, and when you tip the front of the ink pad up, underneath the 3 indentations at the bottom of the ink pad, you have a section where this will just fit nicely and snugly on there to name your ink pad. I don't like to have anything to waste, so I actually use up all my ink, all my labels, and I also put one on the back. So it doesn't matter which direction you're looking at the ink pad once it's in use, as to what colour that ink pad is. To open the ink pad, you'll see 3 little indentations on the front. So you push that away from you and you hear it click or unclick, and then you flip the lid over and there's your ink pad stored in the lid. And then there are 2 channels here, and you just slide it along the channel and then push that until you hear it click. So that gives it a very firm base. This is called the finger well. This is where, when you want to close it, you put your fingers in there and pull the ink pad toward your body. You slide it along, flip it back in the opposite direction, and then click it to shut it. Now, like I said, I don't like to have anything go to waste, so I actually cut this 3rd name label up so that it's narrower. I peel it off and I actually pop that inside the finger hole. With the help of a stylus, the embossing stylus, I use that to help me pop that inside the finger well. I then close the ink pad, and with the last piece I just put the narrow end along the 2 base unit housing, and then just snip it off and do the same for the other side. It means that if the ink pad is open, you can tell straight away. You can't always tell from the surface of the ink pad what colour it is, especially if you're trying to distinguish it between greens and blues, the darker colours, or even between the yellows. So this will give you an immediate indication of what colour that ink pad is, as well as in the finger well. Sometimes the ink pad will come apart. If you use too much force to open it, it might jump out of the housing. So don't panic. There is a very easy way in which to put your ink pad back together. First of all, let's look at the base unit. That is the bit where you've got the instructions on how to open and close the ink pad. You will see that there is a channel. There's a groove there, which comes up to almost the end of the ink pad, but it stops short there. And that is a stopper to stop your ink pad from coming loose, so it makes it stay intact. But if for some reason it does jump out, you can put it together again by looking at the ink pad, and you can see there's a semicircular portion here on the track, beneath the track. Okay, and where the finger hole is, you will see that there is a protrusion, that's a U-shaped protrusion. I don't know if you can see that properly. And on this side there are two spherical protrusions. So you want the finger hole, the finger well, to be placed above the semicircular portion, and the spherical ones placed on the end here where I've got the two coloured tabs. Okay, so just place it on top so it's resting on your ink pad. Alright, then pick it up very carefully, and whichever your dominant hand is, you hold the base of the ink pad. Okay, and then with this, your dominant hand, you slide the top of the ink pad until it drops, and then use your index finger to push that into the housing, back into the carriage, and then you'll see that this is still tilted. Okay, so if you just pull that towards you, put your fingers in the finger well and then pull it towards your body, you will hear it click. That's the sound of the ink pad popping back into the into alignment with the rest of your ink pad. So all you have to do, that it's all back in place. It's as easy as that. Okay, and it's ready to go. I hope you found that useful. Pop back for another Top Tip Tuesday next week, exclusively on my Stamp with Elaine Facebook page. Don't forget, I have other video tutorials I publish twice a week, mostly on my blog or on my YouTube channel, but it's cross post, so if it appears on my blog, it will appear on my YouTube channel as well as the Facebook page. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.